guys, this is Bunny and Slim bringing you Double Trouble Gaming. We are doing our first review video on the game that we just finished, Far Cry New Dawn. If you are new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to get all of our new videos. And if you're, a vet, then like us, give us a comment, let us know how we did. Honestly, I feel like we really loved playing this game. And I know that we really loved playing the last game, Far Cry 5. It seemed like with this series, it's just flawless for co-oping. Like, you get to come in and play with your best friend or whoever, and it's never hard to try to connect with someone. There's some games where you have to really... Did you get seen?
I'm running out so no one can actually see where I've gone. Just makes it a bit harder, get a few more AI in the area.
It seems like with a lot of games with co-oping that you have to really try to catch your partner, or sometimes it's kind of difficult inviting them in, or sometimes there's just not as much as you can do. I know we've all played the co-op game where it's a normal game and then they have like a co-op mode that's just crap.
Yeah, I'd enjoy the co-op.
So I feel like, yeah, for us that's going to be the biggest thing, because we can play this game flawlessly together. The entire campaign, all the video missions, everything was very easy and good to go. I think the shooting, like moving on to the shooting section, I love the guns. Some of them are very fun. Some of them are very troublesome, like a flamethrower, and then you end up lighting yourself on fire because the fire spreads through the area.
Yeah, the fire effects for Far Cry have always been pretty bang on point. I remember in Far Cry 3, the first time I played that, I think, which had come out on PS3 and Xbox 360. And you chuck down Molotovs in that game and the fire just spread, and it was kind of the first of its kind in a way.
Yeah, I really like the shooting. I feel like the only downside in this game sometimes, and I'm not even sure it's quite that much of a downside, is that the AI don't switch it up so much. They don't really exactly try to get away from you.
They don't want to preserve their own life.
Now, we are playing this on normal mode, but I've noticed that there are some games that I'm sure we've all played where the AI just learn and they get really creative and move around. And these guys do too, but it still doesn't frustrate you whenever they do backflips,
Yeah, I'm quite liking this grenade launcher.
Yeah, and then whenever you get your special powers, it's cool. Because you can just punch people right out of the sky. I think the one thing with this game was that they had a really bad, just kind of like a marketing fail. It didn't seem like we knew too much about it before it came in.
Yeah, it was quite...
helicopter shooting me.
Like you said, not much of a shout out for it. Not much PR.
Yeah, I didn't really know that it was coming until it was already here. But we've made it so that the story mission captures you. You want to keep following it. You want to keep playing it. I feel like the Ubisoft story missions are always pretty good. We really like the company. We really like their games. But this one in particular, it really draws you in. With the last game that had this huge story and you really struggled through to figure out whose side you were on, really. And now with this, it really completes it. It brings everything together and gives a lot of closure for some. And I'm excited to see what they do in the next game.
Yeah, I think Far Cry's always been a series that grown and did in the last Far Cry 4. You could tell it was very much. Was it Far Cry 4? Or was it called Far Cry 5? No.
It was called Far Cry 5.
I'm getting confused between them all. No, the one I'm thinking of is not the one with Joseph in. Before that, there was the one where you're in this. It's like the president guy, who's evil.
Oh, yeah.
And in that one, and the one before that, you could kind of feel they were both very similar. You had to go and always do the towers to unlock the map area, blah de blah. So I'm glad they changed it up with this, and like they did with Far Cry 5, really.
Helicopter down. And there are microtransactions in the game, but it's not one of those things where you have to. Oh, yeah. Somebody just smoke grenaded me. It's not one of those things where you have to buy the Far Cry credits, and you actually pick them up. If you do the treasure maps, the treasure hunts, whenever you open those doors, there are usually a pile of Far Cry credits laying there, and then you can use those to buy things from the store, which is pretty much just outfits, sometimes materials and stuff. But it's kind of nice that you don't have to pay to get those things.
Yeah, it's optional.
Yeah. And the character creation's not crazy. The outfits aren't crazy. It's not like there's a ton of options, but it doesn't really matter that much. You're way more focused on the game. The world's beautiful. I think the fact that they brought you back in 17 years later and everything's overgrown with flowers and vines and weeds, and the animals are albino and the bears are kind of radioactive. I think that's all really cool. And one part that was very nice was that they changed it up so that because it is a post-apocalyptic situation, there isn't really a money system. You trade in goods like computer chips and ethanol and titanium, and then you craft your own weapons to do those things instead of buying them. I like that they really stuck with that theme and brought in a little bit of a survival element. That was neat.
Yeah, I agree.
So we are going to cut to the next part of the video to show you what else we think is neat. Loaded up an expedition. I personally think that the expeditions are fun and they're nice because if you just want to do something kind of short or quick to get a little bit of action in, a little punch, this is a really good thing to do. It only takes, maybe like 10 minutes. And you're shooting lots of guys and looting stuff and trying to sneak around. It's good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the gameplay. I personally think that the gameplay seems really fluid and flawless. We don't get a lot of lagging or stuttering or rubber banding. There's no weird off-sync lip movements. Mass Effect, we're looking at you. The aiming and shooting mechanics are great. I like that they take into account how you breathe when shooting and sniping. They kind of added that in from the bigger shooting games, where you can kind of hold your breath and you hear it and you see it and then you aim. The melee weapons are really wonderful and fun. I personally just love beating up my opponents with a bat or a happy face shovel. And my partner loves heckling the AI by throwing rocks at them constantly.
I do.
As they just yell at him to stop, and he's just tossing rocks at them for sometimes like 30 minutes on end. Just being the worst. The running and crouching and swimming and sliding, flying, gliding, all of it. They feel realistic and fun. It's always fun to kind of run and jump off a cliff and just parachute down or wingsuit down, or like me, fall to your death into a bunch of rocks. But it's still kind of funny and fun.
I have to say as well, that added power they give you where you can obviously spring jump and stuff, I like that. I like it a lot.
Yeah. They made targeting your enemies really easy, so that's good, so that you can kind of see everyone. And then it's really funny, I think, with the gameplay and the story is that a lot of the characters are really funny. And a lot of them have really funny dialogue. And it's always fun to start a story mission or even a side mission and hear what the people are going to say and how they feel about stuff, because they always just have really good dialogue that cracks me up constantly. Like eating a bag of ass. Or that girl who, where she got upset, she kept going, "Ah, hairy nipples."
Yeah.
Cracks me up. So really, I think the gameplay's really good, the story's really good. It's, you know, kind of shooting and looting, but it's fun. It keeps you interested. You don't feel repetitive. You don't feel like you're just grinding and going through the gears to get to some end part of the game. It just seems really seamless. The graphics are really good. The colors really pop out. They really tried to make things look different and pretty. You know, they had to kind of set this game apart from Far Cry 5. I think they did a good job with bringing us back in 17 years later and making everything look really overgrown and fresh and really natural.
Yeah. I also think it's good that they've kind of made the animals different as well. You know, they could have just left animals as they were. You know, could just be normal skins, but they kind of went that little bit extra, put some buffaloes with like moss overgrowing on them, the bears, as you've seen in previous episodes, they are quite savage. So it's not just the threat of the highwaymen, and there's also just so much going on, and it's always great to see the differences they make. Little tweaks here and there, they're always improving, expanding, which is good.
I think Ubisoft has done a really good job. They kind of did an overhaul. They reinvented a lot with all of their new games. They did a really good job with Assassin's Creed with that. And then when we started playing Far Cry, it was just like playing a whole new line of games.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I think we've really enjoyed the game. We've really enjoyed being able to play with each other. You know, you can only play with one other person, but if you've got a close partner that is, you know, a big team member for you, then this is really the game for you. I would, you know, as long as they keep things going as they are, I would buy any future games. If you're wondering if it's worth buying right now or waiting until it goes on sale, I mean, if you're tight on money, it's probably always worth it to wait for a game to go on sale. But this one wasn't as much. You know, Far Cry New Dawn came out at $40 out of $60 instead of the normal $60 that a new game is. I think they realized that the game was kind of like an extended DLC. And I say that because it is, but it is also a standalone, full functioning game. I would give it probably an 8 out of 10 just because it's beautiful and amazing and fun to play. I really wish it was a little bit bigger and there was more to do, but that's just because it's so fun.
Yeah, it is. There is a lot to do and keep you entertained, working together. There's cars to drive around, you can just mess about like that, you can run into things, you can just go sit somewhere and snipe people. It covers many aspects of what you could want from a game. You've got these swamps, so you've got different sort of biomes. You've got obviously the Eden magical rivers.
Yeah, the expeditions are really cool because they show you that the bombs didn't just drop in Montana, that the bombs dropped at least everywhere in the Americas, because there's even some expeditions in like Mexico, and they're in California, Florida, New Orleans, DC. That's where these expeditions all are.
Yeah. And they're good. I enjoy them. It's fresh. It's nice.
They are
good.
A
bit different. You know,
it's really fun. We weren't super sneaky on this one, but there are some where we have just stealthed through the whole thing, and it is so fun. Like, it kind of gets your heart pumping sometimes.
I think the more you play them as well, you can obviously there's different difficulties. So the first time you play it, it's almost like the Outposts. You 1-star it, 2-star it, 3-star it, etc., etc.
Yeah, and if you want a challenge, you can play the whole game on a higher difficulty, and it gets hard.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't sing as I say the word hard.
But there is a lot of guns that can help you out with most situations. So even though the gameplay is harder, you can definitely find the right.
And the guns are set out with tiers. There's tier 1, 2, 3, and gold. And you work through by upgrading prosperity, your camp, to get more guns, better guns. Same with perks and abilities.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. There's a lot more perks as well. Feels like, at least. The perks are different as well. Most Far Cry's they got quite repetitive with the perks. It was all similar stuff. But this one's got some differences. No, don't jump in the blades. That's not a good idea. And we're off. So yeah, with these expeditions, it's simply get in, get a package, get out, defend yourself. You can go in multiple ways, different directions. Every time you spawn in, like to replay one, it'll put you in a different start position. The package will be in a different position. So it's good. It's good. And we're out of there.
Okay guys, we are back here at our camp, Prosperity, and just wanted to show you the workbench here, which is where you craft all of your weapons, melee and other. So as you see here, there's rank 1, 2, 3, and gold. So looking over the rank 1 weapons, you see you've got a melee option, you've got a couple handguns, some SMGs, some shotguns, assault rifles, snipers, bows. You pretty much have everything that you need to kill the people in the game. What I really liked about starting off the game was that you're starting off with these lower level guns with not so many perks, which really made it a little bit more challenging. So you really felt like you had to work up and keep playing and keep building and getting better. I love that this game put you in that position because it really made you want to play. It kept you in it. And then as you see here, you go through rank 2 and then rank 3 guns. They kind of get better, get improved, get a lot cooler. The rank 3 guns and melee weapons I really liked at that point. They're really nice and smooth. And then at a point you hit the elite guns and the elite weapons, and those will just knock it right out of the park. Some of them are fun, some of them look really cool, like they've got a unicorn flamethrower and
yeah,
all sorts of stuff. The saw launcher is awesome. If you play this game, there's a whole mission, as you have seen in our other videos, that's pretty much dedicated to getting, equipping, learning, and working the saw launcher. I think you should. I loved the saw launcher. I loved every level of the saw launcher. They're fun, they're gory, they're gruesome, they're exciting to shoot. You know, there are some times where you just like slice somebody's head clean off and you it's just very good, very fun. I love the weapons. They have many. They're all fun to try. And then there are a lot here where you see you have to get like computer parts to use them on the side. That's where the expeditions come in. Because when you do those expeditions, you get ethanol, you get computer parts, you get those higher grade materials to make these higher grade weapons.
Yeah, which I think's good. It keeps you working, almost like a little bit of a grind, but it doesn't take that much because you can, if you aim specifically for a weapon,
yeah,
you can just go onto an expedition, get the parts, and you come back and bam, you've got your weapon. You're happy.
And it doesn't feel like a grind. It is a story-based game. I mean, it's It's not going to be something like Destiny or Call of Duty. You're in it for the story, you're in it for the graphics. Okay, Fallout 76, I feel like, is the Voldemort of games. It shall not be named, it shall not be played, it shall not even be seen.
Looking at apocalyptic survival games, the basic one out on console when you look at it is Fallout. And this is not Fallout, but it's in the same apocalyptic sort of situation, and they've kind of... If people like light looters, then this is the one, because obviously Fallout...
It's good.
If you're going to play Fallout, just play Fallout 4, don't even bother with 76.
Yeah. If you're playing this game, you are playing this game to have fun and have a laugh. You're not playing it to show everybody else how awesome you are at sniping people and all of that big fun stuff. You're playing it to laugh along with the characters and the story mission and get mad and want revenge and kind of sink into this world that you pretty much become a part of. And it's just fun. It's not too long. You don't sink all of your life into this game, but it's the perfect thing to play for an amount of time. Like, it's the perfect game to just soak into for a little bit. It's not going to be Skyrim, but it's good. I approve. I like it. I think you should buy it. I think you should play it. I think you should tag me in your videos and clips. Let me watch you guys laugh as the characters crack you up. Some of them really do. The characters are amazing in this series. In the last game they were too. And this one, you go sniping with a woman named Nana, and she is a 70-year-old in a cute little scarf with a sniper, and she's just taking out these dudes. And then there's a blind woman who shows you how to shoot a saw, and there's an immune deficient hipster who she's the one with the hairy nipples apparently, but it's just... Buy the game, play the game, upload your videos, have fun, have a laugh.
Most of all, like and subscribe if you're new here. Leave us a comment. And just in general, feel free to join our Discord. We don't bite, we're happy to talk to people, hear other opinions, hear games that you might suggest that you want to see. Anything really, we're here to interact with the channel just as much as make videos for it, and you know, we just want things to be as entertaining for you as it is for us to kind of play and record.
Yeah, we have a Twitter you can follow, a Discord you can join. I'm going to set up a Facebook so that you can connect with us more if you like to. I think building a community is great, and getting to know what you guys want to see is a huge thing for us, and we are always going to want to pump out content that is important to you. So if you let us know, we will do it. Thank you for watching this video, for joining us. Like and subscribe, and come back to watch more. This is a review brought to you by Double Trouble Gaming.
See you in the next one.